Damon Martin, MMAWeekly.com here with BJ Penn. BJ, there's a different feel for this fight a little bit. You know, I know coming off a couple losses, going back to welterweight. How do you feel about this fight kind of coming into it?
I feel great, man. I'm excited. Great opportunity. You know, I mean, coming off 2 losses, I mean, who gets offered Matt Hughes? You know, and it's not like I got beat up bad. It's not like, you know, I was injured. I got knocked out in the last fights. It's just a perfect time for a perfect fight. I'm definitely up for this.
This is the first time in a long time you're coming in as a bit of an underdog. Do you kind of like that role?
You know what? Everybody's telling me an underdog. I didn't know, but now that I know, I'm enjoying it. Yep, I want to be the underdog. I got into UFC because I was an underdog. You know what I mean? Just I've lived my whole life as an underdog, so it's good to be back there at stage 1 and go ahead. Time to get back to the top, huh? Underdog getting back to the top.
You've been in the cage with Matt Hughes for about 4 rounds, and most people would argue you've won about 3.5 of those rounds. Does that give you a lot of confidence going into this one?
You know what? When it comes to previous fights, I don't know. Maybe it's not a smart thing, but I really don't put too much on the previous fight. It's a new night. It's a new fight, and I don't really. I've actually studied Matt Hughes' closer fights. I didn't really pay too much attention to me and him.
You've had some great rivalries over your career. Where does the rivalry with Matt Hughes rank for you?
This is my favorite. Me and Matt Hughes is my favorite rivalry, and you know, I guess back in the day I didn't like him and this and that, but now I'm 31, he's 37. Can't help but love him.
Is it a much different feeling? You guys were really friendly yesterday at the presser, and kind of, you know, both had very nice things to say about each other. Is it a different feel now than, let's say, the first fight?
Well, I mean, I've always considered Matt up here on a pedestal. I mean, I said it in my first fight before we fought and after we fought that, you know, he's my idol. When coming in, you wanna do and accomplish the things that Matt Hughes has accomplished. And you know, same thing. You know, maybe later on I was being a young punk and this stuff, and maybe people didn't like Matt as much too. But you know, now coming back to it, looking back at it, it's like he's still the same person that I fought with when I was 25 years old, and he was my idol then, and he's my idol now.
Do you feel like this fight's going to determine where you go next as far as welterweight fights, lightweight fights? Is this fight really going to determine that, do you feel? Or
I don't know. I don't know what this fight is. I think this fight is just, you know, 2 bad men stepping in the ring and gonna get it on.
Now, this is your return to welterweight. You've been competing against the lighter weight guys. How big is speed? How big of a factor is speed going to be on Saturday?
I think speed's going to play a factor, but I think Matt's going to try to nullify that speed by taking himself out of the range. I think that's going to be Matt's way to nullify the speed. I don't think he's going to nullify it in front of my face, but he's definitely it's going to be a factor. Matt says he doesn't know what to expect. Neither do I. I don't know what to expect.
This is the first time in a while you've had a 3-round fight too. How is your body reacting? And I mean, do you feel like this is, like, cardio-wise, this is going to be a whole new BJ?
I think it's going to be good. I'm ready to do a hard 15.
Awesome. Thanks, BJ.
Thank you. Right on, guys.